All right, I don't know if anybody's on yet. Of course, probably not. For now, I'm just getting started. That server was about 11,000 to 20,000. And this server is about, ooh, oops. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, yes! I'm not trying to be mean when I play Slither. Generally speaking, you leave me alone, and I'll just grow. All right, so I am near the bottom of the map. I generally want to avoid going into the center. Now this, I believe, is a... Oh, it is alive. All right. It's alive. I'll just leave it alone. It's not a concern to me. Right now I'm just cleaning up all this loose pieces. All right. So my length is about 5,000. And I am number 30 on the server. Let's see how well I can do. Now, fundamentally, the one basic operation that I've learned from playing Slither is that you really want a basic loop structure. Nothing fancy. Wide enough that you can clearly make the turn easy. And note that a bigger snake has a bigger turning radius, so it takes them longer to turn. I don't like circles. If you're making a circle, it actually shrinks in. So if you're actually riding on top of your own tail, you keep shrinking smaller and smaller. Ideally, what I actually would like is a square. Like this. Done properly, I can actually ride on my... If I can make the line straight, I can ride on my body. And if it's done straight and long, it actually doesn't shrink in significantly. Now the problem is that when you are going up and down, your visibility is horrible. You can't see what's in front of you very well when you're going up and down. So I like to make it long. And I actually tried at one point making it diagonal to align with the diagonals on the screen. But I found it to be very, very hard to do reliably. Now look, this person seems to be wanting to play with me. Hello. Yeah. He wasn't too interested in playing. All right. So I actually need to try to find some source of food. And that was just a little bit of diplomacy. You stay over there. Don't bother me. That's all I'm trying to say. All right, so this looks like a good place for food. So the first thing I'm going to do is let's make myself a little territory. And the real point of having this territory is that if someone comes by, I've got a safe zone. I've got a place where I can go that is safe to get away from someone who's being a fast, blitzy, annoying thing. Now, as long as I am doing this and I am careful and cautious, he can't do anything to me. And in the meantime, all of this stuff on the inside I will get over a couple of passes, as well as slowly extending myself outward and moving my box. Now, I don't know if you are noticing it on the stream, but I'm actually seeing a little bit of a jerk and response error problem. It's not too bad, but the fact that I'm seeing it at all is an issue. Okay, so let's look at getting into a new area. When I'm looking around for a new area, I like to follow the diagonal as best as I can, just because it gives me the most alertness of somebody coming in on me. And in case that guy is still trying to hang around me, I don't think he is. Okay. So this is why I call this meditation with Slither. I'm just slowly, calmly, I'm not really trying to be aggressive. I'm just trying to pick up little bits and pieces along the way. One second. It is in my car. All right. And I'm being very careless and loose at this point, primarily because I'm not expecting to find anyone in the area. I'm hoping that one guy who was bothering me has gone off to find someone else to play with. But it looks like if I want any pellets to eat, I'm going to have to either find someone's droppings, like that, or move inward. So I'm way off to the side of center at this point. And it looks like I'm finding enough dots in the area that I need to be worried about running into people. The next thing I want to do, as I hold down an arrow key to turn, and note how my eyes turn nicely in this direction. Note how in this direction there are googly eyes. Notice what I am not seeing in the background. I am not seeing new pellet dots appear. So there's nothing new showing up in this area. So let's move along. All right, this area is rich enough that I'm just going to mine it out. So make a safety box and start gobbling what I can. Pretend that I am playing Pac-Man and gobble dots while avoiding ghosts. And I bet you're going to say, I don't see any ghosts. Well, that's why they're called ghosts. You don't see them until it's too late. There's somebody. And they're heading on a straight line to the board edge. So I am curious. Are they trying to suicide, and can I maybe eat on them before they suicide? Yes, they are trying to suicide, and woot. Now comes the fun part. Can I go in for the kill? Oh, come on. I fully understand the idea of suiciding yourself when you're done playing to take your mass out of the game. I don't blame him. I do the same thing. And the fact that I do it is why I was looking for it. But it never occurred to me that he would be long enough to just loop in place until my tail had passed him, which is what happened. He looped in place. I would have had to stay down near the head by the wall edge and basically go back and forth blocking his passage, which I could have done if I had thought of it. And I will think of it now the next time this happens. And a little jerkiness. Fortunately, there was nobody around me at the time. Random jerkiness is really the biggest problem I have playing Slither. Ooh, yeah. You turn much better than me, so I will just ignore you. You're not big enough to risk my body against you for your tiny length. And he's heading northward. Don't know if you saw him, but I did. All right. And there's a little missile heading off. I saw him turn, so he's not a completely straight line, run into you die. Gobble. If I was still doing the Pac-Man theme, that would have been a fruit. And if I actually knew my Pac-Man fruit, I could tell you which fruit it was. Sadly, the only fruits I know are cherry as one of the early fruits and a bell as one of the later fruits. Oh, seriously? You'd be amazed at how often it happens that someone just dies right on top of you like that for no apparent reason. All right, so I'm into a crowded area, so I actually need to be careful on my shape now. There's some people around, so I actually have to pay attention to my shape. And if that little splotch is still around, I will get it in a moment. Yeah, somebody else got it. Oh well, no biggie. And I had a bit of a lagginess there. Fortunately, nothing bad happened. One of the reasons that I tend to play defensively in a shape like this is because of those unpredictable lagginess things. I want at least some chance that I will survive it intact when it happens. Hello there, meal. I'm not sure when I'm going to get around to eating him. I'll probably wait for him to just suicide. Someone else next to me is eating. All right, time to eat. Okay, now, shall I pay this guy a visit? I fumbled my mouse as I was moving it to dodge him. It's not that I didn't see him, it's that I fumbled my mouse, well, my finger on the trackpad. All right. There's a reason I don't normally go on the offense, even when it looks like a sure thing. And yes, I could have just gone a little speed up and made it a sure thing. This is a meditative game for me, not an attack game. And being a meditative game means I'm generally going to go at a slow, normal pace.